This is Renata Martinez with Think Reliability, and today I want to present facilitation tip number 17, and that's to not let space or tools limit your incident investigation. So there are a lot of ways to document your incident investigations, and I don't want the tool to limit what information is presented and how it's presented. So when you feel comfortable with the tool that you're using, and I know it sounds silly, but I also want to make sure that you have enough space. Believe it or not, I've seen incident investigations cut short and information not documented because we're literally running out of physical space. And that was an eye-opener that I think it should be communicated. We don't want you to limit your incident investigations based on the available space. So Think Reliability utilizes a Cosmap investigation template that may be found on our website. This template's in Microsoft Excel, and it has several worksheets that you can use to organize and document the information that's revealed throughout your incident investigations. Because it's in Microsoft Excel, most people have it, so you can easily share the file with your colleagues or your investigation team members throughout the iterative nature of the process, easily updating the file and adding reference information as needed. No additional software or proprietary licenses are required. Most of the time people have Excel. Again, if you don't, we can easily create a PDF of the pertinent worksheets that you would like to present or share. Additionally, your electronic record is easily stored, and it's going to be legible. One thing that I do want to point out, with the use of Excel, we're using some drawing tools that might be that most individuals might be unfamiliar with. So in the beginning, it does take some practice getting up to speed with these drawing tools. So if you're not comfortable utilizing Excel as your documentation tool, or it's limiting your incident investigations or becoming a distraction, simply use sticky notes. Put those sticky notes on chart paper or dry erase boards. It's really easy to get started. So a couple things about building the Cosmap with sticky notes, whether you're applying it on chart paper or dry erase boards. If you've ever built a Cosmap diagram, you probably recognize that you're moving the causes around quite a bit. So on a dry erase board, you're going to draw those connectors in right away because you can easily erase the lines and the arrows as you move those causes around. On chart paper, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. As you move the causes around, you may have already drawn those arrows in with pen. So I usually recommend drawing in the arrows last. However, it can be a little bit confusing as people are adding causes if you're not drawing the arrows in right away. So if there start to be questions about the cause and effect relationships, or the flow becomes a little bit more difficult to follow, draw those arrows in. But keep in mind, those arrows may change later down the road. What I found to be helpful about the use of sticky notes is that everyone can contribute. Just give everybody a stack of their own sticky notes, and so they can easily contribute by writing on their own sticky notes and contributing causes or additional information. Now, there are some drawbacks about using just the sticky notes. It may be a little bit difficult to read handwriting. People's handwritings sometimes become a distraction or a hindrance when you're reading through the information or trying to comprehend the information. You might have to duplicate efforts. So you've documented it on chart paper. Maybe you take a picture of it and you take it back to your desk to put it in Excel to practice those drawing tools, or into another software that you need to input causes into or information into. You might find yourself duplicating efforts, so can be a little bit of a drawback there. Additionally, as you're using sticky notes, I think it's pretty common to just document the cause and effect relationships and not some of the supporting information. So sometimes you're leaving out evidence or pieces of the timeline. You might not be documenting everything as effectively as if it were just in Excel. And as I previously mentioned, it can be difficult to follow if you're working on chart paper and you're drawing those arrows in at the end. So if you find that the team is getting a little bit confused, go ahead and pencil in those arrows, knowing that you might have to redraw them later. So facilitation tip number 17, pretty simple. Just don't let the space or the tools that you're utilizing to conduct your incident investigation limit what you discover. So hope that helps. The PDF is found on our website, and you know where to find me. Happy Facilitation Friday, folks.